Hi everyone, so I've already made a video looking at the reasons men don't leave their abusive relationships, and so in this part 2 what I'm looking at now is why some women don't leave their relationships. And I just want to add that this doesn't apply to everyone. I'm just giving my opinions based on working within the field, my opinions as a counsellor, and also my experience with family and friends who have experienced this issue. So lots of times when we're watching movies or we're watching videos or we're talking to people, a lot of comments people will say is, why doesn't this person leave? They must like being in an abusive relationship and that's why they don't leave. They've chosen this life, and certain things like that. And it's very hard for someone looking from the outside in to really understand why women remain in these relationships. So I'm going to give you 4 common reasons, and these are taken from when I've worked at Women's Aid, when I've spoken to people on the phone, when I've counselled people. The first one is hoping that the perpetrator will change. Now, even on Facebook groups or anytime people are talking about relationships, if you're in a relationship and it started off a particular way, so in the beginning it was really romantic, it was really nice, the person treated you well, there's a lot of people that just want to go back to that time and they do not focus on what's going on currently. Now, this can be really dangerous for people, whether you're a man or a woman. If you're spending your relationship focusing on how it used to be and the fact it was more positive then, there's no incentive for you to focus on what it's like right now and no incentive for you to leave, because you're going to keep saying, hopefully it will go back to how it was, hopefully he will change. And a lot of women make the mistake of thinking that they're in control of the idea that they can make someone change. If a perpetrator, the key thing for people to think about, whether you're a man or a woman, is it's not about you. And if you continue to say, if only I do this, then he won't be abusive, or if only I act this way, then she won't be abusive, you're not going to win, because that's the reason they're doing it, is for power. The reason they're doing it is because they're getting something out of it. The only time it's going to change is when they decide. And you can either say to yourself, if they change in 10 years, then I'll wait around, or you can say, I'm not going to tolerate this because I deserve better. The second thing is you don't want to give up on your investment. I've made a relationship video called knowing when to withdraw your investment, and it's nothing to do with money, it's to do with relationships. Lots of people, if they've been in a marriage or a relationship for a certain period of time, based on messages they've had from family, based on maybe their community, based on their church, based on their mindset, they will not leave. So someone might say, I've been with this person for 20 years, 25 years, 10 years, I'm not giving up on this relationship. The difficulty with that is same as what I've said for the first thing. If you're being mistreated, then it doesn't matter if it only happens once. It doesn't matter if it's just one day of being mistreated. That should be your barometer for saying, I need to leave. Because if you love yourself enough and if you say to yourself, I don't deserve this, you can't recoup the investment, is what I'm trying to say. If you've been with someone for 25 years and they've been treating you badly for all of that time, then that just means you've wasted 25 years in a relationship where you wasn't treated well. Staying for another 10, 25 years isn't going to change the situation. So it's really difficult when you have people around you saying, give it a chance. Yeah, he's been beating on you. Yes, he's been verbally abusive, but he's your husband. That's something that gets said a lot. You've made vows, or, there's no good men out there, or you've got a good man just because he's made mistakes. All of these things I've either seen or I've heard being said, and it can be really difficult for a woman to go against that. And that's one of the reasons they sometimes won't leave. They'll say, I've made my bed, I've got to lie in it, no one's going to support me with this. And that's the fourth one. Third one, unsure where you can find support, unsure whether you will get support, not sure of what resources are available to you, not sure if you want to go to a refuge, not sure if there is going to be the support that you need, especially if you've got children as well. So the first step for people who are in that situation is always be planning and always be having information. There's lots of ways where you can do this in a very safe way. I don't want to give away things in the video, but there are organisations which will plan and help you plan and prepare if you're considering leaving an abusive partner, and they will do things in a very subtle way. Obviously, I don't want to share those things because for obvious reasons, but that's the key thing, really. Talk to other people, find out what organisations they've used, do Google searches. You might have to go to the library to do them so that, you know, someone isn't checking your phone and seeing what you've been looking for. But that's the reason that keeps people there. They're unsure of where they can go. They're unsure as if they can leave, whether they're going to find a suitable accommodation, whether they've got enough money. And the third one is love, emotional decision you're making. So for lots of women, when people ask, why didn't you leave? Or when you watch these videos and it says, I love him, I love him. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but if people do not disconnect and view love as just an emotion, but also say to themselves, if this person loved me, they would not treat me that way, they're just going to continue to be, because the emotional connection, we all know things like love is blind, or when you're in love with someone, you let a lot of things pass, or you don't act rationally, because love isn't an irrational emotion to feel. We've all done things when we've been in love where we probably wouldn't do if we didn't love the person. However, when it comes to abuse, you have to get the cold, hard facts. You have to look at it black and white. And you can also say, I love this person, but I don't need to be with him. I love this person, but I love myself more. I love this person, but they're not treating me well, so they can't love me. There's lots of ways where you have to just give yourself that pep talk. And there are times where you're going to walk away and still be in love with the person. There's no like rule that says you have to leave and then automatically not love the person, but it's really about your safety. It's really about your life. The longer time, every second you spend in a relationship where you are being mistreated is another second off your life. That it's not even about safety in terms of whether the person can harm you. It's about just, you know, living a peaceful, free life, a life where you can enjoy. And, you know, we're only on this planet for a certain period of time. So for me, I'm not willing as a person to allow anyone to disrupt that. You know, I want a happy life. I want a peaceful life. And if someone's coming into my life, they have to enhance it. And I know it's easy to say I've been cheated on. I've been in relationships where I wouldn't say I've been mistreated, but where it's not been that good. You know, they've let me down. They've, you know, not necessarily took me for granted or not treated me that well. It's not a nice feeling. So I can understand when you love someone and you want it to work, that you're trying everything. But these are the reasons like women will stay, and there's no judgment and criticism. It's just about reevaluating those reasons, you know, and saying to yourself, you only get one life, you only get one chance. And if someone can't treat you well, they don't deserve to be in your life. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please feel free to leave your comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget you can share this video with others if you think they'll find it useful. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.